Let's look at some more things you can do on a number line. This says the number line spans from 0 to 1, and we're going to label each tick with a decimal value. So before we do that, let's look at this picture. It's going to help us understand our number line. So here we have $1, and we have 4 quarters. If we think about it, $1 is worth 1 whole, $1. These coins are called quarters. And there are 4 quarters that make $1. So you can say each one is 1/4 of $1. So this quarter is 1/4 of $1. This one is 1/4 of $1. So is this one, and so is this one. So each quarter is 1/4 of a whole dollar. So that means 1 quarter is 25 cents. Notice 25 cents is the same thing as 25 hundredths. Look at this one. Another 1/4 would be another 25 cents. Every quarter is 25 cents. But if we start talking about combining those quarters, let's say we want to combine 2 quarters, these 2 quarters, that would be 50 cents or 50 hundredths. So 2/4 is 50 hundredths. Well, 3 quarters would be 75 cents or 75 hundredths. And 4 quarters would be the whole dollar. So that can help us understand the number line that we're going to do next. So the first thing we want to do is write our span of 0 to 1. That means this represents a whole. Well, this is broken into a certain number of parts. It's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So we're taking a whole value and we're breaking it into 4 parts, just like a whole dollar is broken into 4 quarters. So if we were to label these as fractions, we would have, this would be the 1/4, and then we would have 2/4, and then we would have 3/4, and then we would have 4/4, which is equal to 1. If we're going to write it as decimals, we can think about the quarters to help us find the equivalent decimal value. So 1 quarter, 1/4 is the same thing as 1 quarter, and 1 quarter would be 25 hundredths because 1 quarter is worth 25 cents. If we went from 0 to the second and we had 2 quarters, that would be worth 50 cents or 50 hundredths. And if we had 3 quarters, that would be 75 hundredths. And if we had 4 quarters, that would be 1 whole. So you can think about money when you have to label number lines that are broken into 4 pieces. Just like a quarter is 1/4 of a whole dollar, 25 hundredths is a quarter of a whole. All right, you try some on your own. Good luck.